Value queen.
It's nice to see you again.
It's great to be seen, and you look amazing.
Well, thank you. Yes, do you, sir?
Thank
like
you so
a little
much.
pop of color going on here.
Thank you.
And the serious valuables you're rocking as well.
Right now, I just got to get your take on it.
All right.
With what's going on in the world, because I don't want to say this just, America, but this is the world looking at America now and seeing what's going on, not only with Diddy, but all the celebrities that are being named and lawsuits that are coming out and people are taking it more serious now. Did you personally see this coming? And if so, how long ago?
Right. So me personally, I definitely seen it coming. Like 2013 was when I really first started speaking out about this, because he was booked to host an event in Chicago at a nightclub called The Vibe on 1534 North Kingsbury. I was head of security at this venue. And whenever celebrities would come through, the owner and the general manager, shout out PJ Khan and shout out Joey Vartanian, they would send me with celebrities after the club. So I ended up at one of his events, and a gentleman I used to work for, his name was David Arrington. He used to not work for, work with. He was security like me, big, strong, intimidating dude. On to find out, he was double dipping. You feel me? He was getting hired as a sex worker, and when I got to the event, he was there. And
As a bodyguard or?
no, he was there as a performer. Right. So that gentleman's incarcerated right now. He ended up killing his boyfriend, stealing his car, all type of stuff. So he crashed out. So that's how I ended up even knowing about this type of stuff. So, and when I got to the party, all the waitresses was topless. They had like...
You're the second person to say that.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, everybody, the waitresses was topless. Like they had like dancers in cages, naked. I seen a few people had like lions on leashes and stuff like that. You feel me? And then once they came out to collect everybody's phones, that's when I said, I'm going to the car. Y'all got it. Because I see.
Let's dive into the courtroom drama that's been making waves, starring none other than Scene Diddy Combs. Known for his unmatched influence in the music industry and his high-profile lifestyle, he's no stranger to the spotlight. But this time, the attention is for all the wrong reasons, and things aren't looking good for him.
Do you know that to be true?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I seen some stills of some tapes being shot.
Now we live in the world of the deep fake and AI. Is it possible that could be created or crafted and sold?
So it's kind of hard to fake CCTV footage, simply because it's time stamped and the pixels in that camera. Any AI footage, the pixels is way higher than a normal camera.
For sure.
So, you got to take that into consideration.
I think I'm gonna Google everyone who has a $200 million yacht. And we're gonna line this. We're gonna get close.
It's hundreds of guys who got.
Okay.
Bro, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Rook, didn't you say you wanted a yacht?
Yeah. 200 million.
200 million.
I'm scared to get money now.
It's getting scary.
It's not the money that changes people, because if you a man who get money, you know that this money is a tool.
Right.
It's not your identity. And like, I'm sure there are things that you wouldn't do for money.
Right.
So it's not the money that changes people.
Rook always told me money only amplifies who you really are.
Yeah, you don't really know who you are until you get some money.
Right.
Yeah.
For sure.
Let you have anything in the world that you want. I'm gonna tell you what. Speaking of, we're gonna jump around this interview a lot, so we're gonna come back to things, but
It feels like a scene straight out of a movie. A powerhouse who has dominated the music industry for decades is now at the center of a whirlwind of accusations, legal battles, and some truly shocking allegations.
boy or girl. But it's like almost too many cases. What are your thoughts when you hear underage in Diddy in the same sentence of any type of contact?
People said the same thing about R. Kelly. You know, they said that there's no way it turned out to be true. What I've learned is, like the most, I've been to Billionaires Row. Like the most wealthiest guys I ever met have strange quirks, I would say. Like some of the richest dudes I know, you know, they like being tied up and things along those lines. And there are 150,000 unaccounted for children that cross the border every year that are unaccounted for. There is a certain level of darkness that comes with levels of high wealth, because Rook just asked me right now that I think that he could rape somebody. You know, these are people who are not used to being told no. And like, I know a gentleman who has a yacht, right? The yacht probably costs like $200 million. And there's an entire staff that stays on this yacht. They stay for 6 months, the other staff come for the next 6 months. So if you got enough money, you can buy a person. You can buy their time. So that's the level of what's going on.
Speaking of, we're gonna jump around this interview a lot, so we're gonna come back to things, but let's just stay with R. Kelly. You came up in Chicago.
Yes, sir.
You actually went to school with the victim that was on that tape?
Yeah, at Providence St. Mel.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So, for what you know, because back in 2003, I think his case, he got acquitted in 2008, is because there was no victim.
Right.
From your knowledge of what you feel, why was the victim not coming forward in that scenario?
Money.
No, so we're talking about the 13-year-old girl on the camera?
14, man. Come on, man. Come on, don't do it. Don't do him like that.
That's 13-year-old.
People gotta understand something. I grew up around this guy.
Yeah.
My uncle is his personal pastor.
Oh,
so.
On September 16th, Diddy was taken into custody, facing some of the most severe charges possible: human trafficking, racketeering, and the illegal transport of individuals for criminal activities. Since his arrest, he's been held in the special housing unit at Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center, a stark contrast to the luxurious life of a multi-millionaire celebrity. Diddy has pleaded not guilty and continues to maintain his innocence. However, this isn't a case that will resolve quickly. His legal team is locked in a fierce battle, not only confronting a long list of grave allegations, but also a federal investigation that's reportedly uncovering some unprecedented evidence.
That was R. Kelly's church. He's been in my uncle's house. My uncle have taken me to where he was at to try to get him to hire me. And my first experience with him, I said I was good. Yeah, I don't even want to get involved with this. The man told me, now mind you, he stripped naked in front of all of us in the locker room, which is not too crazy in a locker room, but you know, everybody else got clothes on. He strips naked and he tells us that he's getting ready to get married to music. He got a 7-foot-tall gold harp made. He got married to that harp in a mansion in Indianapolis. The man shooting from half court. Like, he got a whole team of dudes who they just get the ball and pass it to him so he can shoot from half court.
Oh, okay. That's amazing.
And one of them little females was there with him that was on the TV saying, yeah, she was there. Yeah, I seen her there.
Wow.
Before we hold on. I want to, because before we get out too far into this, you play football, correct?
Yes.
You suffered some head injuries, maybe?
Yeah, I had a few concussions, for sure.
Okay. But you are of sane sound in mind, right?
Yeah, because I quit.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm asking you this because a lot of people believe that we draw certain individuals in and there's no validity to what they're saying. And we just grab random people and for a viral moment.
Right.
But I just want everybody to know you have sound mind.
Absolutely.
Cause
They know it.
Yeah. Like I'm not under the act that some people are under.
Right.
You can visit my YouTube channel, Big Homie Vlogs, and I got several receipts on that on my YouTube. You can see my client list. You see the first check I ever got paid was $420,000 for doing this job. So
Very
like,
transparent.
if you see me right here, you getting fact. Like I'm not about to embellish or invent details. You know, everything that I'm going to say can be fact checked. And so
speaking of facts, R. Kelly.
Diddy's legal team has already made 2 attempts to secure his release on bail. The first challenge was before Magistrate Judge Robin Tarnowski, who denied the request. She cited concerns about his ability to be safely released, pointing to issues with substance abuse and anger management as key factors in her decision.
I've seen some stills of some tapes being shot.
now we live in the world of the deep fake and AI. Is it possible that could be created or crafted and sold?
So it's kind of hard to fake CCTV footage simply because it's time stamped and the pixels in that camera, any AI footage, the pixels is way higher than a normal camera.
For sure.
So, you got to take that into consideration.
I think I'm gonna Google everyone who has a $200 million yacht, and we're gonna line this. We're gonna get close.
It's hundreds of guys who got.
Okay.
Bro, yeah.
Before we get out of here, bro, I just gotta ask you. So there's a lot of tapes that Diddy has made. Who do you think's on these tapes?
90 terabytes.
If you could maybe give us a celebrity or maybe one or maybe two.
Trey Songz I wanted to take.
I said it.
Damn, nigga.
I knew. No, I didn't know.
Yeah, I wanted to take.
Trey Songz on.
2 more names that you might think is on the tapes.
That nigga said 2 more.
Yeah. If anything, again, this is just hypothetical. We don't know none.
Yeah.
Who would you say, celebrity-wise, who you might think be on the tapes? Is Leonardo DiCaprio, you feel, on the tapes?
Yeah. But he'll buy that for whatever come out though.
Oh yeah, they got that kind of bread.
Yeah, he'll buy that for whatever come out. Because they pass, and that's the thing. Like they pass certain laws, like that revenge law.
Yeah,
that ain't about no OnlyFans models, man. That's for situations like these, bro. That's what I'm saying. It's some type of something going on, bro.
Protect some people.
The Baby was the biggest rapper. Remember that?
Yeah. The biggest.
You go for free.
Imagine hearing that in court about one of the most influential figures in entertainment. Judge Tarnowski wasn't swayed. She didn't believe that any conditions of release could guarantee Diddy wouldn't pose a danger to others or, worse, interfere with witnesses. It was a bold and decisive stance, but she stood firm, declaring that even a hefty bail wouldn't ensure public safety or his return to court.
And I could even justify it by saying the person who brought her to me that you and I both know.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll talk about that on another occasion.
Right.
Because at this point in time, I think I owe you that.
I don't even really.
I know you don't
I
care.
don't care about that, Jack. I want you to sing my song.
My point is this. I believe my witness and he knows what he knows.
Right.
But regardless of all of that, there's always spaces in between every story.
Right.
Now, maybe she saw somebody else that looked like Christopher Williams. I can only tell you what that woman said to me.
And she could think that. She could really think that because they look so much alike. Back then, with the curly hair, light skin, the whole 9 yards, it wouldn't be far-fetched. But
if your ignorant ass call me a crackhead again, I don't give no fuck. I'ma just go make flyers of all of that shit from Kohl's with them goddamn JBLs. And I'ma hand it out at every show you do that you try to call me a crackhead because I ain't never smoked no crack.
oh my God. And y'all got me on the couch with this.
I just want everybody to know that nobody's lying. You're not lying.
No, I'm not gonna lie.
lying.
Yeah.
His story isn't any less valid than my story and vice versa.
Yeah.
Stop worrying about the little details and pay attention to the big picture.
Always.
Big picture is, at the end of the day, regardless of that story, there are other stories about Puff using sexuality to enslave other men to get them to do what he wanted them to do for his purpose. Now, maybe it wasn't Christopher Williams, but I could think of about 5 other dudes that I could say right off the top of my head right now that I know that to be true.
Okay. I'm
Anyway.
reloaded. You gotta see this.
When I'm away from you, boy, all I seem to do is cry. But then when I see you, boy, my, how the time does fly. I don't know if you need and love me too. Ooh, the way I love and needed you. But I hope that we can be together soon. I hope that we can be together soon.
Y'all don't know nothing about that.
I hope that we can be together soon. Can we make it real soon?
Yeah.
Can we make it real soon? We got it. Come on.
However, Diddy's legal team didn't back down entirely. They took their fight to Judge Andrew L. Carter Jr., offering a massive $50 million bond, backed by the equity in both Diddy's and his mother's homes in Florida. That's a major commitment. To further demonstrate their intentions, they even went so far as to surrender the passports of Diddy, his daughters, and his mother, a strategic move meant to prove he's not a flight risk.
Something, bro.
It's something. Somebody got a button they can press.
Yes.
And make some shit shut down. Yeah.
Somebody ain't like what he says. Oh, yeah?
Yeah, let me press that button.
Watch
let me
this,
show you.
though, bro.
I'll show you, but I can tell you. All right, so, big homie, let me ask you, what do you feel like is going to happen, let's say, within the next 3 months to 6 months? Diddy has a trial in May 25th or whatever, if it happens.
2020.
Yeah, 2025. What do you feel is going to happen in the next 6 to 7 months leading up to this trial? Celebrities, lawsuits. I mean, everything seemed to be crashing down in the hip hop industry. What do you feel may happen or come about?
If Trump wins the election, the Epstein list is going to come out. That list comes out. If that list comes out, if he's able to stay alive, which I don't think he will be able to, not getting a life sentence is going to be hard. It's going to be hard.
But when a nigga like Diddy hits the yard, when he hits the compound, I mean, isn't he made already?
Oh, he's going to be on the PC yard.
Okay.
He'll never hit General Pop.
Never. Nah, never.
He's going to be on high power for sure.
Yeah.
For life?
Yeah, he won't have a choice.
You think they gonna free Thug?
He should come home.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
He should come home. He should be able to come home.
Yeah.
Whenever they change the judge for being biased,
This shit nice.
if you see the new judge they got, that lady, like,
She ready to go to the crib.
she like, hey man, every time I come in here, y'all got shit going. And she had it like this. Like, what the? It ain't looking good. It ain't looking good.
And then why do you think, not why you think everybody's so happy Big Meech come home, but why do you think when Big Meech came home, everybody think there's like a whole bunch of money, like it's going to be a BM?
Bottles back in the club. You know, like.
But even with this new appeal, Judge Carter sided with Judge Tarnowski, rejecting the bail request. You can only imagine the frustration and tension in the courtroom, particularly for Diddy's attorney, Mark Agnello. He had promised Diddy he would do everything within his power to secure his release, and to have that plea denied must have been a heavy blow.
Coming up in Chicago, but before we even get to it, we got to talk about the Diddy in the room.
For sure.
Right now, I just got to get your take on it.
All right.
With what's going on in the world, because I don't want to say this just, America, but this is the world looking at America now and seeing what's going on, not only with Diddy, but all the celebrities that are being named and lawsuits that are coming out and people are taking it more serious now. Did you personally see this coming? And if so, how long ago?
Right. So me personally, I definitely seen it coming. Like 2013 was when I really first started speaking out about this, because he was booked to host an event in Chicago at a nightclub called The Vibe on 1534 North Kingsbury. I was head of security at this venue. And whenever celebrities would come through, the owner and the general manager, shout out PJ Khan and shout out Joey Vartanian, they would send me with celebrities after the club. So I ended up at one of his events, and a gentleman I used to work for, his name is David Arrington. He used to not work for, work with. He was security like me, big, strong, intimidating dude. Come to find out, he was double dipping. You feel me? He was getting hired as a sex worker, and when I got to the event, he was there. And
as a bodyguard or?
No, he was there as a performer. Right. So that gentleman's incarcerated right now. He ended up killing his boyfriend, stealing his car, all type of stuff. So he crashed out. So that's how I ended up even knowing about this type of stuff. So, and when I got to the party, all the waitresses was topless. They had like...
You're the second person to say that.
Yeah, that's a...
At this point, things took a dramatic turn. Agnifilo wasn't just disappointed. He was visibly frustrated, perhaps even losing hope. After the decision, he walked out of the courtroom, clearly shaken. For an attorney with his level of experience, that's not something you see every day. It was a rare moment of vulnerability from someone who's used to handling high-pressure cases with a calm demeanor.
And we know Yo Gotti is a multimillionaire, owns with all the things that he owns, and would we say he's in the upper echelon of the? Can he exist in these spaces?
Let's Google Yo Gotti's net worth.
You got it? I'm pulling it.
Okay, they got it listed as 100 million.
Yeah, so if your net worth is 100 million, you probably have 50 million liquid capital. So let's put some in perspective.
Right.
Elon Musk is donating $45 million a month to Donald Trump's campaign.
That's wild business.
So in 2 months, he's donated Yo Gotti's net worth to Donald Trump's campaign. So that should give you some perspective.
Right. For sure.
Yeah. I haven't really met many rappers with money. Like most rappers that I meet are living middle class. So like, if you see them with the 200,000 stack, that's all they got.
Yeah.
For sure, that's all they got.
Why do we? Because this particular platform was built off of the love of hip hop and music.
For sure.
But it's hard to run a business off hip hop and music.
Yeah.
So why is it that rappers are so broke?
First and foremost, you gotta really think about it. Remember that song by Birdman? What did he say? I got everything in my mama name.
Yeah.
Come on now, that's just poor money morals right there.
Right.
And then most of us come from a street element. So, you can't just go down to the bank and buy $1 million house without getting indicted. So the rap game is entertainment. Like, I remember when the gangsters would take their homie who not a killer, but he can rap. This our rapper, we pushing behind him.
Right.
Now they want you to be a killer, a robber, a drug dealer.
Here's a lawyer who's no stranger to high-profile cases, yet even he seemed rattled by the gravity of what's unfolding in Diddy's case. After the ruling, Agnifilo spoke to the press, emphasizing that he's doing everything in his power to bring the case to trial as quickly as possible. He didn't hold back in expressing his concern for Diddy's current living conditions in the detention center, particularly in the special housing unit, which he described as inhumane.
I think of Pete Diddy, I think of just a rap mogul, but you don't really look at him as having all these connections with all these different facets of, as far as out of entertainment, like, is hip hop music really that ingrained in so many different levels of life to where you have a person like P. Diddy associating with a head of Nike, or just like, I'm just saying, for an example, like a nigga like Moneybagg Yo, I wouldn't imagine if he get taken down like somewhere in IBM. There's the head of IBM is stepping down,
right.
Or the head of Calvin Klein is,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how ingrained is hip hop into other fields of industry?
Right. So hip hop culture is the biggest culture in the world, first and foremost. But there are tiers to hip hop. Now, Diddy was able to work his way up into the private sector where you're rubbing shoulders with other CEOs, other business owners, other heads of media. So the situation is, you're not gonna see Moneybagg Yo at a political fundraiser. You'll see Diddy there. See what I'm saying? So I've been to fundraising events. They might have some artwork for sale. The opening bid for some of the artists is gonna be $1 million. So you go, Moneybagg Yo, probably getting 40, 50,000 a show. He's signed to somebody. So he's not gonna get his streaming revenue. He's not gonna really own his masters. So that's why you see him signing other artists. Like, most rappers are just simply financially not on the level to be able to impact that community of people.
Right.
Yeah, so that's what that's.
And no disrespect to Moneybagg Yo,
Salute Moneybagg Yo.
Yeah, he's an awesome artist. But speaking to that, the murder of Young Dolph.
Yep.
And we just watched his killers get their time.
This isn't just a minor claim, it's a pointed critique of the system and how high-profile detainees are treated. Picture this. Diddy, once accustomed to extravagant parties and private jets, is now confined to a space where privacy and comfort are practically non-existent. It's a stark contrast, and Agnifilo's words highlight the severity of the situation. A celebrity icon now subjected to conditions that many would consider cruel and degrading.
I did not know you were a fan of Venom.
I'm not only a fan of Venom, but I'm a huge fan of Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
One of the most incredible actors in the world, to me. And obviously to a lot of others, which is the reason why he not only does such an amazing job in Venom, but I think it's an understatement to say how incredible he is in all of the other films that he does.
Yeah.
But even beyond that, I was blessed with the opportunity of being able to really get to establish a friendship with him, creatively, personally, just being able to get on the phone, chop it up, get advice on things.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm always trying to, find the right opportunities to get into myself when it comes to film and television.
Yeah.
There's really no greater friend and teacher and mentor that you can have, outside of like a Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
And I have several favorite actors and acting coaches and just people that is trying to just help guide me in the right way to finally be able to evolve in the film and television space.
Are you in this film?
No, I'm not. But I had the fresh, incredible, amazing opportunity to do a commercial with Tom Hardy for the film to promote the film. And it's available for everyone to see now, and it's incredible.
Yeah, I thought I saw you pop up on his feed, and I was like, wait a second, what's going on here? I love, so you're just basically, you're planting the seed, so whenever Venom and Spider-Man cross paths, maybe we'll see Busta pop in there too.
Yeah, they'll probably have a nice new villain or hero called the Dragon.
Oh, is that gonna be you?
I mean, I've been to Dungeon Dragon since, the inception of Busta Rhymes, but it will hopefully be me, God willing, when that incredible Marvel universe
Oh, I know what you're doing there. We're just putting it out there, y'all.
decides to just find a way to get that Dungeon Dragon character in the Marvel universe.
That's what you gotta do. You gotta speak it into existence.
That's a fact.
Busta.
That's a fact.
It's a dramatic fall from grace, one that few could have predicted. This turn of events underscores just how serious the government is about pursuing these charges. Diddy's case isn't just a celebrity scandal. It's become a high-stakes legal battle that's drawing intense scrutiny and making it clear that no one, no matter their status, is above the law.
Thing in 1865. If you were called an actress, that meant you were a prostitute. See, it's the evolution of the.
Yeah.
Look at Young Miami.
Oh, we
Look at that girl.
Yeah, we look.
Diddy brought me to my womanhood. Diddy, and I just said, baby, you need to work this out. You need to figure this out. As everyone now that she's being named in these lawsuits now figured out that this is just a acting ass liar.
Yeah, I'm still
Drea Kelly talking.
Yeah, I'm still stuck on her saying I like to get peed on, and
And that's supposed to be normal.
yeah, to normalize it for the world at least. I'm like, damn, keep that between
Funny
you and
thing
your-
is, the 13-year-old girl who R. Kelly peed in her face on that video after having, statutory, whatever, well, think about that. That was glorified.
Correct.
That video was everywhere. And now we got girls say, oh, I love it when he pees on me.
Yeah.
Do you see the evolution?
Yeah, that video the DVD was being sold like,
First time I saw it was in a music studio.
damn.
Like every other industry porn. First time I saw Paris Hilton's tape, A Night in Paris, was in the studio. The first time I saw Mary J. Blige being gang raped on camera at Death Row after hours was in the studio. Why would all of this illicit be in a place where music is supposed to be being created, energy, why would all of that be happening? Why would these things be hitting there before they make it out there to the world? If it wasn't working hand in hand to begin with.
Now, there's a viral video going around where Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre are sitting there and they were on TV.
The Southern District of New York is certainly not holding back. In fact, they've presented a staggering 14-page indictment that details what they describe as Diddy's ongoing, well-known behavior involving a vast network of illegal activities. Prosecutors are claiming they have testimonies from dozens of witnesses and victims, along with a concerning amount of digital evidence to back up their case. It's clear they're building a solid, comprehensive argument, and it's one that could have serious implications.
At the height of his career, he was arguably the biggest celebrity in the world.
Sure was, and boy, did his death this afternoon come as a huge shock. Michael Jackson was just 50. He died after suffering cardiac arrest. Just moments after news of his death, tributes and vigils began. New at 11:13 Wham's Elizabeth Schubert is live at WDKX, where a musical tribute took place tonight. Elizabeth?
fans tonight calling in to WDKX. They're sharing their memories of Michael. They're also requesting many of their favorite songs. And WDKX, certainly the station to listen to because they're playing all Michael Jackson songs all the time.
Interactive at WDKX.
WDKX on-air DJ Atu Trammell was at work when he heard the news.
It's not a rumor Michael Jackson has died. Can't believe Michael Jackson died. Cardiac arrest.
He knew he had to do something.
We're gonna take over the radio with just Michael Jackson, period.
So he changed the station's entire music lineup, replacing it all with songs by the King of Pop.
Can you please play I Wanna Rock With You by Michael Jackson?
He took requests and played his favorites. Looking on, Wake Up Club co-host Tariq Spence. He's still trying to figure out how to put Jackson's death into words.
How do you put it in perspective somebody you grew up with, which could be the last true American icon? I mean, it's just, there's no really words for it.
For Spence, Jackson was more than a performer. He was an inspiration.
Everybody wanted to moonwalk. Everybody wanted to win the dance competition using Michael's moves.
Tariq Spence also said something that really resonated with me. He said, when people of stature die like that, so suddenly, you don't really know what to say, you don't really know what to do. And that's the kind of response that we've heard from fans of Michael Jackson tonight. Now, not only is WDKX playing all Michael Jackson.
One of the most disturbing pieces of evidence prosecutors are presenting is a collection of videos, allegedly documenting what they refer to as freak-offs. These weren't just casual gatherings. According to the prosecution, they were multi-day events involving workers and individuals who were allegedly coerced with drugs and intimidation. But if that's not shocking enough, investigators claim to have found over 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant across Diddy's properties. While this detail might seem minor on the surface, it paints a starkly different picture of Diddy, one that contrasts sharply with the public persona he's built over the years.
Love Dapper Dan for this. He said, I grew up with his parents. I knew his parents. He said, and what's going on with him has been going on long before him. Now, his father was a government snitch and a bad actor in the criminal world altogether. The woman that they're saying is his mother was a prostitute and a whore. But there's whispers in the streets of Harlem that Diddy's mother isn't alive. Not his biological mother, that woman is his aunt.
Whoa.
There are whispers.
Wait a minute.
There are whispers. Diddy's story is so convoluted, but nobody really likes talking about who he was before he became Puffy. Nobody, I would love if I could be granted an interview with him. To interview Diddy now in his most raw state about his life up until the age of 15 only. We got to learn how to stop making Diddies. What made him him? Now, his pedigree comes from rat background. His father was a rat, snitch. Not revered. He turned on Frank Lucas, who was the king of Harlem. And yet, Diddy was able to, siphon off enough of that juice, just enough to get people, but he needed Gene. Yeah. Think about this. Gene was more of a father figure to Diddy.
For Agnifilo, defending Diddy against these serious allegations is no small task. He's been vocal in his defense, even questioning the sheer quantity of baby oil the agents claim to have seized. Agnifilo insists that the so-called freak-offs are being blown out of proportion, describing them merely as threesomes. One thing he's made abundantly clear, however, is that Diddy isn't likely to accept any plea deal. For Diddy, agreeing to a deal would mean admitting to something he strongly denies. This isn't just about the charges. It's a battle for his legacy, his career, and ultimately, his freedom.
The web, you can, of course, find their website on ours, 13wham.com. Simply click on the green Find It button.
All right, Elizabeth Schubert, thank you. Well, reaction to Michael Jackson's death has come from a wide variety of fans.
Yeah, those who kind of grew up with him, appreciated his music, and another generation of new fans as well. Many swarming to UCLA Hospital where Jackson died, his star, of course, on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and the Apollo Theater in New York City. Michael Jackson was the king of pop.
Basically, Michael Jackson has written the soundtrack to my life.
His death came as a shock. Paramedics called to Jackson's Los Angeles home on Thursday afternoon. He was not breathing. CPR was immediately administered, and he was rushed to UCLA Medical Center.
My brother, the legendary king of pop, Michael Jackson, passed away on Thursday, June 25th, 2009 at 2:26 p.m. It is believed he suffered cardiac arrest in his home.
Jackson was planning a comeback series of concerts starting next month. He called it his final tour.
This is the final curtain call.
A curtain that came down much too early for the 50-year-old pop sensation who began his remarkable career with his brothers, the Jackson 5, in the 1960s. That followed by a solo career, becoming a household name in all corners of the world. Tabloid coverage accompanied that fame. His ever-changing appearance, his marriage to Lisa Marie Presley, and then Debbie Rowe, the mother of his children. In 2003, a low point in Jackson's life when he was accused and acquitted of molesting a 13-year-old boy. But in the end, Michael Jackson was a dazzling performer. Just remember the moonwalk on Motown's 25th anniversary special and Thriller. That album won 8 Grammy Awards and is the best-selling record of all time. And as the news spread tonight, many fans turned to the internet to find out if it was true. The website TMZ reports Facebook, MySpace, and Twitter were hit by a tidal wave of traffic.
Well, fans looking forward to Michael Jackson's planned comeback are devastated by news of his sudden death. His brother Jermaine says it's believed Michael Jackson suffered cardiac arrest in his home yesterday. An autopsy will be performed today. Jackson was 50 years old. Well, fans of Michael Jackson gathered outside the Jackson family home.
Here's a lawyer who's no stranger to high-profile cases, yet even he seemed rattled by the gravity of what's unfolding in Diddy's case. After the ruling, Agnifilo spoke to the press, emphasizing that he's doing everything in his power to bring the case to trial as quickly as possible. He didn't hold back in expressing his concern for Diddy's current living conditions in the detention center, particularly in the special housing unit, which he described as inhumane.
Michael and a father of 3.
Michael was a common threat to the whole family, and I think the family has handled it very well, but it's a very big pill to swallow. So we're going to continue to love each other and support my brother's legacy, and that's what our goal is.
Tito shared this pic to Instagram just days ago, alongside his brothers paying tribute to a memorial for Michael.
After we found ourselves, we found out that we are brothers and we are entertainers. So that's what we were put here to do. So that's exactly what we're doing.
Gravity of what's unfolding in Diddy's case. After the ruling, Agnifilo spoke to the press, emphasizing that he's doing everything in his power to bring the case to trial as quickly as possible. He didn't hold back in expressing his concern for Diddy's current living conditions in the detention center, particularly in the special housing unit, which he described as inhumane.
But he'll buy that for whatever come out though.
Oh yeah, they got that kind of bread.
Yeah, he'll buy that for whatever come out. Because they pass, and that's the thing, like, you know, they pass certain laws, like that revenge law.
Yeah.
That ain't about no OnlyFans models, man. That's for situations like these, bro. That's what I'm saying. It's some type of something going on, bro.
Protect some people.
The Baby was the biggest rapper. Remember that?
The biggest.
You go from 300,000 first week to 5,000. Somebody doing something, bro.
It's something. Somebody got a button they can press.
Yes.
And make some shit shut down.
Somebody ain't like what he says. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Let me press that button.
Watch
let me
this,
show you,
bro.
I'll show you, but I can tell you. All right, so big homie, let me ask you, what do you feel like is going to happen? Let's say within the next 3 months to 6 months. Diddy has a trial in May 25th or whatever, if it happens. 2025. What do you feel is going to happen in the next 6 to 7 months leading up to this trial? Celebrities, lawsuits. I mean, everything seemed to be crashing down in the hip hop industry. What do you feel may happen or come about?
If Trump wins the election, the Epstein list is going to come out. That list comes out. If that list comes out, if he's able to stay alive, which I don't think he will be able to, not getting a life sentence is going to be hard. It's going to be hard.
But when a nigga like Diddy hits the yard, when he hits the compound, I mean, isn't he made already?
Oh, he gonna be on the PC yard.
Okay.
He'll never hit General Pop.
Never.
He gonna be on high power for sure.
Yeah.
For life? Yeah, he would have a choice.
Here's a lawyer who's no stranger to high-profile cases, yet even he seemed rattled by the gravity of what's unfolding in Diddy's case. After the ruling, Agnifilo spoke to the press, emphasizing that he's doing everything in his
cues now. Because here, this the most anybody ever said hello to me.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Like, my Uber driver took me to a barbecue restaurant. He's like, "You're a big fella, man. You're not hungry?" I'm like, "Bro, I just got off the plane. I've been up 30 hours. I'm hungry." He said, Just hang out with me for a second. We pulled up, we brought the beef brisket out, and we went to 7-Eleven.
Yeah, very fresh.
Damn, I'm liking Texas.
Southern hospitality, man.
It exists. It exists. But where I'm from, hell no. The Uber driver, they got plastic in the car. You can't even reach them.
Damn.
What? The man took me to a barbecue spot. He said, "You wait right here."
You wait right here. Here's the keys. Car running.
I said, "How much I owe you?" I cashed out $15. I'm eating the beef brisket in the car.
Damn.
I said, "Okay."
You know what's so fucked up about this? But it's like people feel like it's because it really is not that bad. But you have a nigga jump in the Uber car and just try to rob the nigga and shoot him for no reason.
Yeah, that's just that broke, goofy shit. Like this the problem, bro. They made being a crash out cool.
Right.
Where I come from, you better get a job if you can't hustle in the street. Go to work. Come catch us after work. Like, a Uber driver, man, he not finna have no 100,000 on him, man. So you finna catch a felony to get a debit card and $50, use a straight thorn on bro Greg. Stupid man with the stupid plan.
God, yeah. Now some folks say robbing is a job. Like, hey, nigga, I'm wake up in the morning, get ready, take a shower, and get out to get to robbing. It's just who
you got robbers and you got real takers, bro.
Yeah, that's real.
Like real takers, bro. They're not coming outside for less than 50. A robber, you finna take from you stepping over dollars to pick up pennies.
Right. Yeah.
You finna rob this guy to go buy some weed and a drink for later. Use a thorn. Watch out. You in the way.
So
At this point, things took a dramatic turn. Agnifilo wasn't just disappointed. He was visibly frustrated, perhaps even losing hope. After the decision, he walked out of the courtroom, clearly shaken. For an attorney with his level of experience, that's not something you see every day. It was a rare moment of vulnerability from someone who's used to handling high-pressure cases with a calm demeanor.
You bodyguard for him, even at one of the Diddy situations, or a Diddy-esque event.
Right.
He has said to you, "Man, I done got so much that you don't even
Don't even excite him.
Don't even excite him no more.
But he was there with 2 females. He had 2 girlfriends at the time. He had 2 females with him. I'm thinking they was normal females. They wasn't normal though.
I mean,
and this is one of them situations.
Abnormal? I'm just
Look, man, they went to go drain the snake, man. I tell you.
Oh shit! Man.
Yeah. And if you type him up, he done got caught with several Transformers.
Yeah, it's crazy because again, we had I did an interview with Bobby Valentino and Chingy, and they opted to do it together. And as I did it together, we also interviewed Sydney Starr here.
And all together?
No, just Chingy and Bobby. They said they had to do the interview together. So we interviewed we interviewed Sydney Starr, and she brings up the whole Chingy stuff and like, you know, this is water under the bridge and blah blah blah. But I'm looking at the connection of it. I'm like, man, for that story to be a thing, and then Sydney and then Chingy, it just looks away.
First and foremost, I don't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead, please.
Salute real life production.
Yes.
Salute Joker, salute Rook, salute Fab. You've been outside a long time, bro. You done seen a lot of stuff, bro.
Right.
You know when something look fishy.
Right.
Mm-hmm. You probably know that, hold on, man, the back door open right now. They probably, just like y'all know, bro. When something look a little weird, you get that feeling.
Right.
It's not all a coincidence, bro.